So he hasn't really done this in 30 years. Again, I did that book.
I will follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away. I will follow you. Ever since you touched my hand, I know that with you I always must be, that nothing can keep you from me. You are my destiny. I love you, I love you, I love you, and where you go I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow. You'll always be my true love, my true love, my true love, from now until forever, forever, forever. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow, follow. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you. I will follow you, follow you. I read, I write, I read, I write, I talk, I see people. I talk, I see, I listen, and I try to understand. I listen, I see, I try, I talk and talk and talk. I feel things with my hands. I pick up so many objects in a day. I pick up and wipe and put down, I pick up and wipe and put so many times, so many times, so many things. I read, I write, I read, I write, don't assume. I talk, I see, I talk, I see, I listen, don't assume. And I try to understand. I just have to stop for a minute and say I'm worried that you, the audience, aren't interested in cleaning. I understand. I wouldn't be a housekeeper if you were interested in cleaning. But I just want to say a few things so you, in case you're already confused. Okay, first, none of this is real. I mean, I'm real in everything, but everything I say or do is made up. If it's weird, that's okay. It's not really real. And number two, if there is a concept, it's to dispense with our view that our reality is the best. Maybe you even think it's the only reality. Well, that's not real either. And number three, this is meant to be an entertainment. If you enjoy it, wow, thanks for coming. Yeah, that was weird. I sweep, I see, I sweep, sweeping while seeing, sweeping while waiting for my Prince Charming, sweeping while singing while waiting, sweating while sweeping to see, sweating while scrubbing, wishing while washing,
1. Sweeping. There are different patterns. While I'm sweeping, watch the brooms. While I'm sweeping, watch the brooms. It's all about the brooms. It's all about the brooms. Washing. Wish while you swish in the water. Your bucket is like a wishing well, making all your dreams come true. Scrubbing. Don't be afraid to scrub. Face it. Sooner or later, you're going to have to scrub, really scrub. In fact, a lot of the time. I mean, this is about getting things clean, right? So scrub. A lot. Details. Get the corners. That's all. That's it. Sweating. Self-explanatory. I was going to call it elbow grease, but some people thought that was gross. It's similar to scrubbing in that it's going to happen, so let her sweat. I'll have more tips for you later. I just didn't want to bog you down with too much technical info. I mean, there's so much that goes into being a housekeeper. I mean, the people. How you interact with the people is everything. Why, I have this one woman who is wonderful. She is so nice to me. She is so nice. She has these dogs. There are 6 of them. They are these little, fluffy, fuzzy, tiny, teeny, itsy things. They fit in your hand. She loves those dogs. They all look exactly alike. Christy, Fritzy, Mitzi, Misty, Bixley, and Pixley. She loves those dogs, and her feelings would get hurt if I did not greet them all individually by their proper names. How can I do that when they all look exactly alike? But I can do something because she is so nice. If it's going to make her happy, I can do something because she is so nice to me. She is so good to me. She is also so rich. I mean, rich. She married this pilot. She married this pilot so that he could fly her money around because she has that much money. And that's what you do when you have that much money. You have to fly it around. You just have to. That's what you do when you have that much money. Most people don't know that. I didn't know that. Now you do too. Anyway. Oh yeah, so she's not home very often. But when she is, I make sure to greet those dogs by their names. Fritzy, Mitzi, Christy, Misty, Bixley, and Pixley. But I learned a trick. I say it really fast. So, I come in and, oh, they're all jumping around my feet. Oh, they're so cute. I just love them. And I immediately say, oh, babies! Oh, wow, I got off the subject. It's time for me to quit talking and for us to get this show going. We have with us tonight Sandra Lewis, who's going to be talking about her new album, Around the Block. She used to sing in Dean Martin's backup singers, the Gold Diggers. We just love her here. We also love Dean Martin.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody falls in love somehow. Something in your kiss just told me that someplace is now. Everybody finds somebody sometime. There's no telling where I had it in my power, I'd arrange for every girl to have your chance. Then, every minute, every hour, everyone would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dreams were overdue, your love made it all worth waiting for someone like you. Washing, waiting, washing, washing, more washing, always washing, working, willing, really willing, working, wanting, working, wanting, washing, washing, always washing, waiting, still waiting, working, wanting, willing, really willing, washing, working, willing, wanting, willing, really willing, wishing, working, washing, waiting, wanting, waltzing, oh, sorry. No! No!
scrubbing, scraping, stooping, scooping, scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing. Sequester, scrubbing. Subjugate, snickering, sneering, scrubbing. Scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing. SOSing, knee padding, Brillo padding. Love those Brillo pads. Scrubbing, more scrubbing. Scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing. Washing, wishing, wishing. Scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing.
It had to be you. wouldn't do. Oh, nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, marvelous you. It had to be you.
Oh, you're here so early. I thought it was 1 o'clock. Oh, no, 11. Oh, I must have written down 11 and it turned into 1. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, no, you came all this way. Come in, sit down here in the shade. Yes. Oh, no, I'm so embarrassed to get the time wrong with you. And you. Oh, and me. You are so kind. I knew you would be. Oh. Listen, let's just sit here for a few minutes and get comfortable, and then I'll go change. And can we have no pictures until then? Great, thanks. Oh, sure. Oh, I remember when reporters weighed 20 pounds. Okay, first, I just want you to know what an honor it is to have you here and what a big fan I am of yours and of yours. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very kind. You have my album? You do too? You listen to it with your daughter? How old is she? Well, holy cow, I never did. There's not much to tell, really. I was happy growing up. My father died about 7 years ago. And my mom, you can quote me on this. My mother is the finest person I know. Yes, word for word. Everybody wanted to be a gold digger. When my mother took me to the audition, well, I was young. Girls didn't drive until later, or if ever. Oh, I drive now. Well, my mother, she put her hand on my knee and she said, honey, not everybody gets called back. Not everybody gets to be a gold digger. So you go in there and you have fun. And I did. And I got called back. And she said the same thing. Not everybody gets to be a gold digger. You go in there and have fun. My mom, she is so right. I remember that first day. We were all so nervous, we didn't say much. And then, in through that studio door, walked Dean Martin, the real Mr. Dean Martin, and said in that inimitable voice, "Good morning, ladies." And we answered in unison, "Good morning, Mr. Martin." And he replied, "Oh, ladies, call me Dino." I thought a couple of us were going to faint. Oh, what a wonderful memory. So many. We all had a crush on him. But we knew that he loved his wife. And he was always such a gentleman to us, always. We worked hard. Everybody did. But we had fun, too. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Like sisters. I was the youngest. Well, one day, one of the girls says to me, We found him. At the end of the day, when we were getting our purses, Tina comes up to me nonchalantly and says, "Oh, Sandra, have you met Bill, the new producer?" Bill, Sandra. And then I swear that she just disappeared. One word, dreamy. He looked like Rock Hudson, and my husband still does. Oh, no, that's private. No. You two, no, keep going. We went to the Martins' home 11 times. Well, wouldn't you count? That included cocktail parties. Oh, well, Bill went so many times. He doesn't keep count. He was the producer. And we wives, we didn't get in on things so much. Yes, that's right. The album that you have, yes, Sandra Sings. It's simple, really. We were at the Martins having at a party, and I sang Smile, my favorite. We sang all the time, all of us. Oh, such fun. Well, I don't really know why. I never thought to ask, but Mr. Dino and Bill thought I should make an album, so I did. That's right. 124,000 records on the way to gold. Oh, gee, I have to change. This is silly. Now, as you can see, our kitchen outside, and there's a full bar too. Well, I know, but I won't tell you. Okay, there is pop and juice in the refrigerator and a tray of snacks. I was going to have everything all ready. So make yourself comfortable and help yourself. I'll try not to be too late. We often think that our affairs, great or small, must be tended continuously, or our world will disintegrate and we will lose our place in the universe. That is not true. Or, if it is true, then our situations are so temporary that they would have collapsed anyway. Mirror twins are different, although their features jive, and lovers think quite different thoughts when lying side by side. We know the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we are more alike, my friends, than we are unlike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unlike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unlike. There are places I remember all my life, the
Some are gone, and some remain, though these places have their moments of lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all. And of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. Why did I become a housekeeper? Better to ask how. Everything before, it more happened to me than anything. I really didn't think about it until I had surgery for a detached retina. Well, I know it was a way bigger deal than I thought at the time. The long recovery period. You can't wear your glasses or contacts. One day, I was laying on the couch watching the amorphous clouds. That's right, amorphous. Just white moving in front of blue. I couldn't see detail that far away. And I realized that all through my childhood, and all through my adulthood, into my 30s, that's how I saw things. You see, I had astigmatism. You know, in my house growing up, we had a print, nude descending a staircase. Lots of edges instead of one. Clarity skewed. That's how I saw things. Didn't everybody? Not my teachers, not my parents. Nobody noticed that I really couldn't see very well. Nobody in my family wore glasses, so why should I? We had that print proof. In grade school, we used to have eye exams every year. The nurse gave them. The kids stood in line waiting their turn. Wachter W, end of the line. I listened to the kids reciting the letters. I watched the nurse's body language. I passed every year. I was a good kid. I sat in front, I listened, I paid attention. I smiled a lot. At home, I used to stare at myself in the mirror really close. My sister told me to stop, that I was vain. Maybe yes. But my memory, I can still see little me 2 inches from the mirror and trying to answer the question of detail. Is this what I look like? My face, my hair, the details in my skin, my freckles. If this is what the outer reality of me is this who I am then? The same can be said for house cleaning and singing.
You don't have to see that far. You only have to see this close or this close. Cobwebs? Yeah, they were a problem. They still are. Well, I forget. Oh, conductors? Oh, they wave their hands big. Another reason why I thought people saw this way. The whole orchestra. When I was about 36, I started getting headaches, and my sister took me to get an eye exam. It was dark. No lines, no body language. The doctor stood behind me. Glasses changed everything. I could see what I saw in photographs. I could see the mountains so crisp, and the tree branches up high. Is this what everybody saw all along? Well, remembering it brought it full circle for me. Full circle. Huh. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, don't worry, take your time, don't hurry, leave it all, for somebody else will lend you a hand. He's as blind as he can be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man, can you see me at all? Nowhere man, don't worry, take your time, don't hurry, leave it all, for somebody else will lend you a hand. He's as blind as he can be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man, can you see me at all? Nowhere man, can you see me at all? Nowhere man, can you see me at all? Get your program, story of the opera. Get your program, story of the opera. Full script. 10-minute intermission. 10-minute intermission. Full script. $10. 10-minute intermission, only 10 minutes, 10 minutes intermission, that's it. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true?
I must be sure from the very start that you would love me more than her if I trust in you. Oh, please don't run and hide if I love you too. Oh, please don't hurt my pride like hers, 'cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if our new love was in vain. So I hope that you will try to let me love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. If I fell in love with you, if I fell in love with you.
You stayed. That's great. I heard during the break that people were disappointed that they didn't hear the pre-show lecture on props. Well, let me tell you something. They're not props. They're the real thing. So, in view of that, and in view of the fact that I probably won't be giving that lecture for another month or two, I just would give you a quick overview now. We want to keep people happy, right? So, let's start off with the brooms. This was the first broom I ever bought as a young bride in 1975. I bought it because the whole thing is orange. Served me really well for a really long time. And then it was relegated to the basement, and then the garage, and then finally the storage unit where the garbage cans are kept, poor thing. But it has been resurrected to shine in the spotlight once more. The next broom is the blue broom, saved from the dump in the nick of time. One of my clients' construction workers deemed it unfit for further use. It has a sticker, proven quality. How cool is that? The next broom is one of my garden brooms. Yes, I have more than one. This has seen some work. You can tell because the edges are uneven, which means when you sweep it has gaps. But I just couldn't get rid of it. It's got velvet around it. When's the last time you saw a room that has velvet on it? So, in the end, in recognition of the show, I painted it. I don't know why. I just love my brooms. It's as simple as that. Now, I can't get rid of it. Clifford still. The next broom was once in the hands of Mike Summerfield. I traded one of my garden brooms for it. We're both of the opinion that we got the better deal. Look at the shaft on this thing. Yep, duct tape. Some people call it survival broom. The next broom is a loner. And I understand, I call it the blunt broom. It gets the corners and stairs. It is as tall as the owner and equally adorable. She said I could paint it. She did. brooms. Witch's broom. Cautionary tale. This is the only broom up here that has a hole at the end of it for hanging. What happened? Some people say it has lost its sweep. The same can be said for this poor push broom. What not to do with a broom. Yes, it gets the dirt, but bad form. Forlorn is what I think when I see this poor guy. Push broom, push down, left alone. Push broom, push down, push broom. Oh. The struts on this thing are This is taking too long. I can see it in your faces. I'll just say one last thing. Some people over the break asked, is she going to vacuum? Where's the rug? Well, this vacuum gave me service for 30 years until I gave up the ghost. And this is just a nod to my clients. I don't know. I vacuum with a vacuum that's over 70 years old. How about that? So, yeah, I love this thing too. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, just go to my website. You thought you could cleanpop.com and leave it on the Who Cares page. Thank you. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me feel blue, could make me feel true, could make me feel glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be false, but they wouldn't do, no, they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill with all your thoughts. I love you still. It had to be you, marvelous you. It had to be you. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me feel blue, could make me feel true, could make me feel sad just to be glad, thinking of you. Some others I have seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill with all your faults. I love you still. It had to be you, a wonderful you. It had to be you. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, though your heart is breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your tears and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. For you light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use in crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile.
If you just smile, though your heart is aching, smile, though your heart is breaking, when there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your tears and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. For you light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use in crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use in crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hello, here I am. Sorry it took me so long. You know how we women are about getting our pictures taken. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying the view. We love our home so much. I know I'm overdressed. I changed several times. Well, I couldn't, the zipper. But that's okay. Bill loves this dress and we're going out tonight, so it all works out. Wait a minute. Can you turn that off for a second? I want to tell you something. I can't go on with the interview. I can't. I'm not going to put the album out. Okay, I'll explain. Having you both come up here, it just made it all real for me. You know, I just can't do it. I can't do it to my mother. You know those 124,000 records, those thousands of records that moved to the record company to sign me on for another album? 100,000 of those records were bought by my mother. That's right. I don't know what she was thinking. She spent most of her retirement funds for it. Well, she does know that if a lot of records are sold in the beginning, that it will turn the public into a feeding frenzy, and it will go to gold in a minute, just like that. But it didn't happen this time. Yes, you bought my album, for which I am forever flattered. But you know the business. Things happen. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But getting changed, I just kept thinking about it.
And I just can't take that risk. Well, it went like this. About 2 months ago, I was coming in through the back door. I always do, that's how I go into my mom's house, and I heard her on the phone say, "I don't know what I'll be able to do this time." Oh, I won't bore you with the blow by blow, but it became painfully clear what she had done. I sneaked back to my car and drove all the way home crying the whole time. I've talked to Bill about it a million times. He says he can fix it. He knows finances. And I'm sure he will. I'm sure he can. But while I was changing, I just kept thinking about it. I just can't take that risk. If my mother knew that I knew. What? This morning you listened to my tapes? Oh, gee whiz, you are thorough. That means you met Jason. Isn't he wonderful? Oh, he is so great to work with. He's what makes me sound good. No, he didn't say that. Oh, stop. Really? Oh, that's very kind. No, listen. My mind's made up. And look at the world, look at the life I live. You don't need a second album. Oh, thank you. Oh. Listen, if you really feel that way, then you take those tapes and you do something with them. I'm not so far removed that I don't know about the society media sites that can make people into stars. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. And if you do make money on it, put it into your daughter's college fund. Send her to Bennington, that's a good girls' school. Yes, find some young, fresh face who can lip sync her way to stardom. I know. Yeah, I know. We can take care of that right now. Speed dial. Jason. Hello, how are you? This is Sandra. Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How's your wife? Does she still have that cold of hers? Oh, fabulous! That means we can have dinner later this week, like we planned. Yes. Oh, listen, I can't talk. Those wonderful gentlemen, Brian and Robert, are here, and I'd like you to do a favor for me. Yes. You know those tapes? Oh, those audio medium. Oh, you know I'll never learn all that lingo. Anyway, I'd like you to give them to them. Well, I'm not going to put out the album. No, Bill doesn't know yet, but he'll understand. Trust me, yes. Really, I mean it. No. It's for the best. So they'll be by today. Yes, pick them up. Oh no, I don't need anything. I have that demo tape you gave me. I don't listen to it anyway. I can sing if I want to hear myself silly. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks. Oh, you're a doll. Bye for now. That's taken care of. So, no, nobody's interested in me. still wrote about me. Oh. Historical interest. Oh. Oh, time for my close-up. Sure. That's easy. Ooh, ah, 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 ooh, ah, 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 oh, ah, ah. Oh, great. Thanks. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for helping me. So you know that right? Right. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. It's funny how things turn out. It's just funny. They did take those tapes and they did something with them. It's just funny. I knew that they would. I knew that it would work out. They found some young thing that could lip sync like nobody's business. It's just funny how things work out. And my secret. They told me the figures. I couldn't believe it. How in the world can 18 million people listen to something? Why, that's 18 million platinum records. But it's just funny how things work out. Funny. The best part is that he sent his daughter to Bennington. I got to meet her when they all came over for dinner. Oh, we had so much fun. What a lovely evening. She even asked me for my autograph. She was so, so sweet. But it's just funny how things work out. And he wrote the nicest article about me. Shades of night are falling and I'm lonely, standing on the corner feeling blue. Sweethearts out for fun, pass me one by one. Guess I'll wind up like I always do, with just me and my shadow, scrolling down the avenue. That's right, it's just me and my shadow. Not a soul to tell my troubles to. And when it's 12 o'clock, we climb the stairs. No, we never knock, 'cause nobody's there. It's just me and my shadow, all alone.
alone and feeling blue. As the sun sets on the far horizon and the evening lamps begin to glow, Jim and Jack and John put their slippers on. They're all set, but we're still on the go. So lonely me and my shadow, strolling down the avenue. That's right, it's just me and my shadow. Not a soul to tell my troubles to. When I go out at night with my old pal, no, we never fight about any guy. It's just me and my shadow, all alone and feeling, all alone and feeling, all alone and feeling blue. The party's over. It's time to call it a day. No matter how you pretend, you knew it would end this way. It's time to wind up this masquerade. Just make your mind up. The piper must be paid. The party's over. The candles flicker and dim. You dreamed and danced through the night. It feeling so right, just being with him. Now you must wake up. All dreams must end. Take off your makeup. The party's over. It's all over, my friend. La 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 la. You dreamed and danced through the night. It feeling so right, just being with him. Now you must wake up. All dreams must end. Take off your makeup. The party's over. It's all over, my friend. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on. And listen, if you can't say anything real nice, it's better not to talk at all, is my advice. With parting, you go your way, I'll go mine. It's best that we do. Here's a kiss. I'm hoping it brings lots of luck to you. Well, it makes no difference how I carry on. Remember, please don't talk about